Today I'm going to discuss a topic which comes up an awful lot, and particularly from the angle of candidates and I guess their viewpoint on an employer, and that really revolves around the issue of how long the whole job process, the whole job interview process takes. It is a tricky one, and I know there are lots and lots of moving parts on both sides, but I think it's really incumbent on employers to be very, very aware of the fact that the longer they take over a process, the greater the likelihood you have of losing out on a candidate that you're genuinely very, very keen on. And this can happen for two reasons. One, I guess, is just the sort of the logistics reason that if company X takes 4 weeks to move someone all the way through the stages, and company Y takes 2 weeks, and then makes a job offer, and that candidate is very interested in that offer, then they probably accept it. And the fact that company X is still taking their time means they've lost out. The other issue that comes up is just almost the psychology around this, which is just simply that people feel less loved. They feel that the company isn't that keen on them, even if they actually are, because the behavior, because the actions don't seem to reflect that. The slowness of the process, and often what comes with that, of course, is the lack of information about what's going on and where in the process we are. All of that starts to weigh down on a candidate who before was feeling very, very confident and excited and enthusiastic, and is now kind of feeling a bit like, well, do these guys even really like me that much? Do they want me? Is this ever going to happen? So that psychology issue is one that shouldn't be forgotten about from an employer's point of view. So is there a definitive number to this, or a definitive time frame? I don't think there really is, but I'm going to have a bit of a stab and say I don't really feel anything should take any more than perhaps 2 weeks. Now, what I mean by that is once you've briefed a recruiter, whether that's internal or external, and he or she has gone to market and has sourced candidates for you and supplied those candidates to you, really a couple of weeks should be enough. I mean, once you get those people submitted and once those applications have come in, you really need to, I think, in a day or two be setting up interviews. And they really should only be ideally only a few days away at the most. This is the first interview, remember. And once you've had those first interviews, you're getting people back in. Again, that really should be, somewhere between perhaps, 3 to 5 days away. It shouldn't be any longer than that. If you do run the risk that people lose interest, or there's a loss of impetus. Now, of course, there'll be some caveats to this. Of course, you're busy and things are going on and what have you, and sometimes it's unavoidable. If it is unavoidable, then fair enough, but I think you have to make a real effort to let everybody involved know precisely why it's unavoidable. And that way you maybe offset that psychological issue I was talking about earlier, where the candidate just feels unsure, unconvinced and unloved. So yeah, definitely move things through at a decent rate. Of course, still do what you need to do. You must do your due diligence. You must satisfy yourself as an employer and as a manager that this is the person you want to hire. But please be conscious of that ticking clock. There are other companies out there who will want the same people you want. And if they move them through quickly and make them feel loved and cherished all the way through, they have a significantly higher chance of closing that deal than you do. So please give that plenty of thought, employers. I know it's difficult, but you will, I promise you, get the benefits if you run things in the right time frame. Cheers.